Do you want to be able to take your fly and put it back in tight spaces like underneath that bush right there, way back up under there where some of those fish might be hiding and not want to come out? I'm going to show you how you can do that. I'm Captain Chris Myers, Orlando Fly Casting Lessons. I've been a fly casting instructor down here in Central Florida for 15 years and a full-time saltwater fly fishing guide. And sometimes we have fish that live back under the trees. They could be bass, they can be snook, they could be redfish. A variety of fish can be back up under the trees. And if you can't get your fly back in there, they're not coming out to get it. I'm going to show you how you can effectively do that without consistently and constantly hitting those tree branches that are hanging out over the top of the spot you're trying to get it into. The first component to success with casting in tight places is going to have narrow casting loops. So if you have wide loops, if they look something like this, it doesn't matter about all the rest we're going to talk about. If your loops are wide, they're probably not going to consistently be able to fit back into small, tight little spaces. So if that is you should check out some of my other videos on how to make tight loops. If you're already making tight loops, most people cast in some degree of this overhand, which is great for putting pinpoint accuracy out to shorelines, stuff out in open water. The problem is when I go to cast into trees, it's heading down. It's very likely it gets stuck in the bush like there, because before it could get back under there, it's at the level of the tree branch unrolling, even though it's a super narrow loop. So it's a really narrow loop, hit the tree. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that rod tip down to the side. Now here I have a little hill behind me. I cannot come completely parallel to the surface, front and back. I have to come slightly up, but that's okay. I'm only coming slightly up. My loops are unrolling to the side now. So if I kept doing it over and over, my loop is now unrolling the same narrow loop I had up here. So it's this same loop, I have just unbent my elbow. So tip number one, get that thing way down, and now you can fit it back up under places. If it still doesn't seem to be working for you, you have to be sure that you are not rolling your wrist during this cast. Roll it over, boom, it's way up towards the top of that bush that time. Just that little roll there. If I rolled it under, it's gonna scoot along the water. As I'm doing this, however I went back, I have to come forward that same way. So pick a position with your hand. You could have your thumb on top if you so wanted. It's kind of awkward to me casting that way. Not comfortable at all for me to cast this manner. It may be for you. I cast with 4 fingernails up. If I open my palm is up. I always cast that way no matter where I have my elbow bent. So I have it fingernails up. Now I can pop that thing back up under there. If you have a technique you use for tight places, let us know about it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, become a subscriber, and check out another one of my How to Fly Cast Better videos right here.